Hey, Soul Tribe. Tracy here with Sweet Spot e-magazine. Thank you so very much for the likes, the shares, views, subscribes, the comments, generous donations, super thanks, super chats, the hypes, everything. I appreciate it all. Let's ring this bell. Let's go ahead and clear out the energy this Saturday afternoon, and then we'll see what the message the Spirit has for us, okay? If this is your first time coming here, welcome. Of course, if you are a subscriber or returning or a member, you know I appreciate you and welcome back. Hi, High Priestess. How are you? You know, in the pre-shuffle and during my meditation, I feel like, this family or this group that you belong to, they watched you mature through hardships. And not just one hardship or two, a lot of hardships. And now, even though they had some not so nice or kind things to say about you, in fact, they were really hurtful things that they may not even have been able to live through. Even if they had those things to say about you, they're looking at you differently now. They see that you're not crazy like I said that you were. You're actually very tapped in, very spiritual. They painted you to be dark, but you are of the light. They also see that their time of feeling like they can what's the word I'm looking for? Use you or, get some type of, abundance off of your blessings. They now know that that time is over. Hey, Noni, how are you? Hey, K Hypsee. Bottom of the deck. I told you, they're looking at you completely differently now. They see that you put in a lot of time for yourself to take care of you, to take care of what you feel was important, and that was you. They're looking at you, like I said, that you're not perfect, but you're damn really close. And they see now that, you know what, they try to put you in competition with a lot of other people. They tried to make it so that, you didn't feel good about yourself. They wanted you to feel bad about yourself. And they know that they was just playing in your energy, and they know that you know they were just playing in your energy. But now, this is a different time. This is a different day. And like they say, all good things must come to an end. They're realizing the good thing that you provided to them has come to an end. Like they say, it is what it is. And that's what it is today. They didn't think that you could see them. Like that old throwing a rock and hiding a hand, like you knew it wasn't them, like you were so stupid. But that's not it. They don't know that, you had some angels Your passed over loved ones visit you in dreams, visions, and they brought you a very important message. That message was awakening you to a certain witch that was in your family, that was in what you used to think was your bloodline. But now they let you know that witch is not of your bloodline. You may have been born of that witch. You may have physically come out of that person's body, but that in the spiritual realm is not your bloodline, not your lineage. This is what made you want to really work on yourself to preserve yourself, because you understood that you were around principalities of darkness. You were around someone that was purposely there to bring you down. And your ancestors, your spirit guides, your passed over loved ones wanted you to remember, you know what? That you have a purpose, that you're innocent throughout all of this, and you did nothing, absolutely, positively nothing to deserve any of this. See, this group that you were affixed to, that you were raised with, these people that you really don't even know, even though you grew up saying, yeah, that's my family, because you were raised in the same household. They did it for entertainment. That's all they did. You know, and now these same people are wondering, even if they did it from a different location, or they thought that they could hide and you wouldn't see what was happening, you saw it all. And they're being haunted by your ancestors. See, these are the same people that took time out of their day, their week, their month, and every year to plan and plot and see how they can execute shit just to take you down. And now they don't like the fact that they're having problems sleeping. They're having problems when they're in their awake time, because they are being haunted. See, they didn't realize how important you were. They didn't appreciate everything that you brought to their table. And so now, since they was the driving force to bring you down, just you being you, you're the driving force that's bringing them their justice. Now, these same people, since they're being haunted and they are having problems sleeping, they're having problems letting shit go. They're having problems realizing that karma does not ever, ever, ever lose an address. These are the same people that now want to see how they can explore or find out more about your kindred spirits, who you're actually connected to. Like, they want to see if they can access your Akashic records. Hey, Rain C. Now they want to access a part of you to find out who you are, when they should have accessed that a long time ago before they even started. I say, do your homework first. Get down to business first take care of what you need to first. Then after you find out what you find out, then you got all the time in the world to play. But see, if you play around first and then you find out, you have just now entered that fuck around and find out period. Like I said, you're no longer providing them with your good deeds. You're no longer providing them with your blessings upon blessings upon blessings. You're no longer praying for their deliverance. You're no longer praying that they get that job, that they get that house, that they get over this illness, that they get this, or their car is fixed, or they find the money. You're no longer setting yourself out there to pray for them, because they tried to take you down time and time and time again. Now they're starting to really look at themselves. They're starting to really think about what they did. They're really going back in time. They're really contemplating why they didn't treat you right. They're remembering that backstory, and this is what's haunting their asses. They took a privilege that wasn't even theirs to take, because they felt like as long as they looked a certain way, as long as the outside world could see that this was them and this is what they represented them to be, that the outside world would not see who they really were on the inside. And you know what? Like I said, they can no longer paint you as being crazy. They can't paint you as being out there. They can't paint you as being, they got a little problem. They can't paint you as that. All they can paint you is doing you. What works for you. You don't feel like you never felt like you had to fit the norm. Like you had to fit in, like you had to be like these people, because you never wanted to be with like those people. You didn't like what those people represented and how they showed up in the world. You were too smart for that. And see, these people thought that they would stand out. They would be seen as religious fanatics, that they would be seen as something that they're really not, because they went to a building every Sunday and every Wednesday, and they thought it was important for people to see them as religious, whereas you were spiritual. You knew the difference between the two, and they didn't. This is why they tried to bring conflict your way every day, every week, every month, every year. They brought conflict your way. They didn't want you to have the one thing that they're wishing that they had right now, peace. They never wanted you to have any peace. Hey, Shaylin. Your only defense, the thing that you felt like you needed to do, was nothing. You didn't feel like you had to come to your own defense. You didn't feel like you had to get up on any soapbox, like you had to preach, like you had to prove, like you had to think how you going to get in there and shut all that shit down. You didn't do anything because you knew the time would tell. Like they say, the proof is in the pudding. You was just deciding what type of pudding you wanted that day. Did you want chocolate? Did you want vanilla? Did you want tapioca? What kind of pudding? Because you knew the proof was going to come out eventually. And look at you now, with the proof coming out. You getting your just due. People seeing you for who you are and not who someone else that was always jealous of you, that always wanted what you had, that was always on the outside trying to look in the inside of you to figure out how they could get what you had, which was impossible because it was on the inside of you. Look at you now. Hypsee. See, these people worked really hard, but they just didn't realize that your ancestors were working even harder. These people worked on the 3D, but your ancestors, depending on their spiritual ranking, was working on the 5D, the 7D, and the 9D. They was rolling out that red carpet for you, and they were allowing these people to make it so that you could walk on that red carpet when it was your time. These people expected you to stop whatever it was that you was doing, because if they talked about you bad enough, if they turned their back and disconnected with you, if enough people said you was shit and your name was not good and you was never gonna be what you was always gonna be, that you would stop. You know what? You even prophesied. You even told them the truth about something that you felt so strong in your spirit. How one family member and someone else that you knew did you wrong. You told them about that. You told them. And they tried to sweep it under the rug. First, they were shocked as a motherfucker. Wait, did you say something? I didn't say anything. Did you say something? I didn't say anything. Well, how do they know? Well, look, we're just gonna sweep it underneath the rug, because if we don't pay attention to it, it's gonna go away. But it never went away, did it? Your story never changed. You know why? Because the truth don't ever change. The only thing that you did was you removed the hurt and the pain and the misery that was caused out of that equation. You blew it away and you allowed yourself to heal, understanding that every fucking dog has their damn day. Who's barking now? It's not you. Hola, Marcia. Hey, Rain C. Welcome to the Sweet Spot. Oh, thank you for the gift memberships. Yes, send to that gift membership. Yes, Lulu, thank you. Please thank Rain C for that gift membership. See, there was a snake in your camp, and you knew it. And they thought that, as long as they acted like, oh, it's not the truth, that shit would change. Never did. The only thing that changed was you. How you felt about it. How you felt about them. You forgave them, which is the best thing that you could do. That's why God loves you. That's why God has placed you on that spiritual throne. That's why God is protecting you, because you forgave them. Since then, you've just been living your life like it's golden. You've been displaying love. You've been distributing and displaying peace. Because there's not an evil bone in your body. Now, you know how to get down now. Don't get that wrong. Don't get shit twisted. You know how to get down, but it wasn't worth it. It was never worth it. Not for these people. Because they have enough to contend with. They have enough to have to get ready to work through. And they're going through this now. This started the end of last year. I feel like in December is when shit really started coming to fruition for them. When they felt like shit was really starting to pop off in their life. Hey, Yvette. Hey, Catherine, how are you? Catherine, email me, okay? And like I said, you know what? Everyone sat there and they watched how you matured through hardship. And even though these people were the ones to cause you the hardship, you were still kind. You were still hospitable. You still helped them however you could. You didn't take your anger and your disgust out on them. You showed everyone that you was a born leader. And this is what's coming to everyone's attention about you. You are, you've always been, and you will always be a born leader. You know, ever since you disconnected from these people, it's like your days have become brighter. Other people are noticing that you're smiling more. Other people are noticing it looks like you're happy, like you're glowing. It looks like, you are really having the opportunity to enjoy your life. Because you, my dear, get a seat at the spiritual table. You, my dear, have your own throne. Every leader, every spiritual leader, teacher, everyone that is on their life purpose has their throne. See, they thought because they looked a certain way, because things appeared a certain way, because they had a certain title in your life, mom, dad, sister, brother, whatever, that you was going to sit here and martyr yourself because you felt like you had to play the game. No, 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 no. Not even close. That's where they messed up. Because it was never a game to you. They never acted like they were playing a game to you. They always played in your energy, but they always tried to do it in an attempt to take you down. Hey, Nika Lisa, how are you? Hey, Yvette, if I didn't say hello. So now people are looking at this family and their objective. What was it all for? What was they really trying to do? What did they really, why did they really say the things behind your back that they said? Why did they really make the faces behind your back that they made? Why do they always come to the conclusion behind your back that they came to? Why do they always try and spread these rumors behind your back that they did? People are waking up to that. And they're seeing, you know what? You weren't like that. You were never like that. You were thoughtful. You were kind. You went above and beyond to help anyone. You did what was right instead of trying to get down and dirty in the dumps like everybody else. You did what the fuck was right. And that means something. And so now, today, people are trying to create a different type of scenario. They're trying to create a different picture. Like, oh, you didn't see what you saw. Or, oh, no. When I said that, I didn't really mean that. I really kind of meant this a little bit. Did you think that I meant that when I said that? Because I didn't. I meant that they was working on themselves and they would always be great. When I said they was never gonna be shit, no. What I meant was if they stay in that vibration that they would never be. But I knew that they was always gonna be something. And people are like, but that's not what you said. What you said was they ain't never gonna be shit. Hey, the Roman Zelensky. See, people watched you as you matured, as you struggled, as you even had to fight them just to get into your purpose in life, just to feel comfortable within the skin that you're in, so that you can live the life that you were born to live, so that you can do the things that you were set here to do. They watched you. And they was too scared to do the same things for themselves. You know, these are the same people that tried to throw you under the bus. They tried to sit there and make up these lies about you. They tried to put the limelight on you, saying you was the player, that you was just full of game. So don't trust the collective. Honey, don't trust collective as far as you can throw them. And you know you can't throw them very far. But now, the whole perception of you has changed. Hey, Malcolm. Because you know what? All you did was sit at home and pray, meditate, work on yourself. All you did was try to heal yourself. Try to feel like, think how you could be a better person. All you did was try to feel good about yourself. That was it. You wasn't out here causing no problems, spreading rumors, spreading lies, talking about people, talking about, oh yeah, well, this is between us. Don't tell this to nobody. Or what I heard, and this is between me and you. But so-and-so said this to me, and they said it was just between us, but I'm just sharing it with you. Didn't do that bullshit. You didn't do none of that bullshit. And it's only because these people were so vain. They felt like they could put you in some sort of situation that you was never going to survive. And guess what? They didn't want you to either. Hey, Tracy. But aren't you the great teacher? Because you're teaching them all a lesson they will never forget. And it's not even like you're trying to. You're not even trying to do anything to teach them this lesson. The only thing that you're showing them is that, you know what? Being in your North Node, living a life of a righteous life, doing what God wants you to do, trying to remember what it is that you're here to do, and then getting on that path. That's the best teacher of all. You're showing them by example. So all this negative communication, all of them trying to bring you down, all of them talking about what you do have, what you don't have, how, they was blaming you for this, blaming you for that. If you was, in one state and they was in another state and they broke a crystal dish, they blame that shit on you. If you lived over here and they lived over there and their marriage failed, they blame that shit on you. Whatever it was that happened that was negative in their life, they always blamed it on you. So this is why people are realizing that all of those people were nothing but a wise guy. They were the ones not to be trusted ever. Because they were not trustworthy. Because they were backstabbers. Because they miscommunicated untruths. Because they did everything in their power to make it seem like you was the reason this shit happened. But they forget about pointing the finger. Because they pointed one at you. But how many was pointing back at them? Hey, Tara. I feel like somebody has made a promise. And somebody made a promise that they would try to be, display the characteristics of like your personality, of the inside of you. But it's just that's because somebody was trying to control like the narrative. They wanted people to see, them like they saw you. And once again, you saw that. You peeped that game. And what did you do to get back at them? To bring it out to the light? To show everyone that's not how they normally act. That's not them. You didn't do anything. You was just deciding, did you want chocolate pudding? Did you want vanilla pudding? Did you want tapioca pudding? What kind of pudding did you want? Because the proof was going to be in that pudding. Hey, AJ. Hey, Angel Light Tarot. How are you? You was too busy being you. The best you that you could ever possibly be. And you allowed these other people to have their addictions. And their biggest addiction was causing drama in your life. What's the message, Spirit? That was their biggest addiction, causing drama in your life. Expect to get a message about somebody that wants to visit you. Because now, like I said, this person, they see you for who you are. Because everyone else is seeing you for who you are. Expect to get a message because you stopped them from receiving. You didn't stop them from receiving their blessings. They stopped them from receiving their blessings. You just stopped from giving your blessings away to somebody. That's like throwing pigs to the swine. You stop throwing pigs to the motherfucking swine. And they feel that shit. They started feeling that shit since last month. Could have been since November, but definitely last month. And then whenever the clock struck 12 this year, January 1st of this year, oh, they really started feeling that shit. Shit really started shining, really started coming through. Especially for this snake. Especially for this snake. Hey, lies never stuck. How are you, sweetie? Yes. We can, absolutely. And yeah, for all members, oh shit. We'll definitely do a members live this weekend, later this evening. Hi, Lilo. How are you? What's the message, Spirit? What's the message? Thank you. Yeah, see, this person, they expect to be able to come and visit you, to kind of smooth things over, because they don't want you to be in this stance where you are still defending yourself. They want you to be able to be like, oh, yeah, well, you come to visit me, so that means everything is all good. No, this person is just throwing up this fake ass personality like they always did, because they're trying to explore the possibility of you blessing them some more. Because like I said, they see now you are sitting on your spiritual throne. Whatever you told them a few days ago, a couple days ago, fuck them up. They ain't been right since. They ain't been able to sleep. They barely able to eat. And they know that shit is coming down on them. They know this. They know this. What's the message, Spirit? What's the message? Thank you. They starting to lose things. What used to be the wise guy ain't a wise guy anymore, because they're being seen for who they are. All these promises that they made, these were empty promises. And they are not able to start any conflict anymore with you, because people see you for who you really and truly are now. You're not like who they painted you to be before. They see now the person that really has the fucking addictions is the one who was like, oh yeah, I go to church every day and this and that and the other, and I'm the choir director and then over the children's church and this. They see this is the biggest devil right here. That church witch. It ain't you. You was just the one who just did, you stepped to the beat of your own fucking drum. You was too smart. You was too smart to fit into that fucking mold. You said that shit was not you. This is what's causing other people to want to change. You are the one who's causing other people to want to change. Not claim, oh, I'm religious. I'm this religion or this religion or this religion. Because you ever notice that there's only one type of spiritual? Either you're spiritual or you're not. But with religion, you're like, I'm Methodist, I'm Baptist. Well, what kind of Baptist? Because I think there's like 9 or 11 type of Baptists. What kind of a Methodist? Because I think there's like 5 different types of Methodists. You know, I'm Episcopalian, I'm Episcopal, I'm this, and I'm this, and I'm that. Okay, that's too much. That's too much. See, you showing people there's only one God. There's only one God. There's not like one for each, one for everyone. There's one God. And God didn't separate everybody. Okay, woo-hoo, come on over, all y'all over here. Okay, we're going to make you Southern Baptist. We're going to make you Baptist. We're going to make you whatever Baptist. We're going to make you this Baptist, that. Okay, now y'all, all the Methodists, I'm getting ready to separate y'all. Oh, and we got another group over here. We're going to make y'all Muslim. We're going to make y'all this. We're going to make, no, there's one God. There's one God. You fuck somebody up just by doing you, by being you, by not trying to impress the masses. Because that shit ain't impressive at all. You fuck somebody up, baby. What's the message, Spirit? Now somebody want to come see you because they know that you know who they are. You see them. They're not denying it anymore. See, they felt like as long as you didn't see them, then you don't know. Hey, Karma, how are you? As long as you didn't see them, they don't know. You saw all of them. Hey, Noni, okay. Hey, Noni, how are you? You know? And what you saw, you didn't like. And they don't want anyone else to see this. But it's too late. You're not the first one in your family to want to go to the beat of their own drum. You're not the first one. You're just the strongest one. You're the one who said, everybody else backed down. Everybody else didn't want to be on the only one on the outside looking in. You said, you know what? I'm going to be on the outside. I'm not going to sit here and look in because I'm not looking in the window at this coven. I'm not looking in the window at these demons. I'm not looking at the window at these people that is following this snake ass leader straight to fucking hell. I'm not looking in that window at all. In fact, I'm looking over here. I'm looking straight up. I'm looking at God. I'm looking at my ancestors. I'm following what I need to do. People's like, oh my gosh. And they're sitting here, what, you, tarot? Oh, that's the devil. No, you're the fucking devil. Look at how you're acting. How'd you try and take somebody down? You're the fucking devil. Because God did not ever sit there and say, okay, well, woohoo, you know what? If you read tarot, you the devil. No, God didn't say that. People are sitting there, they're going, well, it's against religion to sit here and read these cards because the Bible says, you know, you don't need to tell people what's going ready to happen in their life, but they will stand in the fucking line to go to church because they hear that the prophet or the prophetess or so-and-so is coming and they're going to be at that one church. Just between this time and this time, they're going to stand in a long ass line just for the prophet to say, you're going to be a dog in the next life. Oh, you about to get some money. This is what, tax time? Yeah, you about to get some money, you know, and all this other bullshit. It's not, you know, it's how you act. How are you acting? This is why people are waking up to realize it's time for them to change. You are causing people to want to change. You are that driving force. People are looking at you. They're looking at you and how much love you have put into yourself. They're looking at you because you always have been hospitable. You've always been kind. You've always helped people. But yet other people have caused hardship for you. And then whenever you need help, they want to turn their back on you. Fuck them. This is why people are being haunted by their own actions. Hi, Melissa. Hey, Mike Taylor. How are you, sweetie? This is why people are being haunted by their own actions. It ain't nothing that you did. It ain't nothing that you've ever done. Hey, J Mike. Y'all, I want to let you know that J Mike is the absolute best moderator. I appreciate him so very much. I really do. Please, if you're able to, just say thank you to J Mike, because he does more than behind the scenes than what you think he does. What's the message? See, these people thought they could be a witch in your life and to make you turn. But you know what? You wasn't going to turn because God let you know you was perfect however you were. For you to dance to the beat of your own fucking drum, God said, that's perfect. I don't need him or her to be another clone. I don't need them to act like they following a witch. I don't need them to act like, oh, I'm going to get them back like some type of wizard or warlock does. All they need, God wanted you to do was be you. What's the message, Spirit? What's the message? What's the message? Anything else from this deck? Yeah. People are realizing you're ahead of your time. You're way ahead of your time. You always knew. You was always very intelligent. Like you could see shit, you spotted shit, you felt shit, but you may not have said anything. You saw them for who they were, and you saw trends happening. You could tell what was getting ready to happen before the shit even happened, even though you didn't say anything. And you sat back in peace and you just watched as shit unfolded. That was it. You may have said something, and now these people are starting to remember what you said. Now they starting to like, damn, you know what? Collector sure did say this was about to happen. Remember whenever Collector said that this is that and the other, blah, blah, blah. And we was like, man, girl, go on, shut up. Stop with your fucking drama. What are you high again? You drunk again? Let me see your arm. You got track marks. What's going on? What's going on? And only for that shit to pass, they stopped that bullshit. They stopped all that bullshit. Because now they see that shit is real. They see you sitting on that throne. They see you as the leader that you are. All that shit is real. What's the message, Spirit? Anything else from this deck? Hey, High Priestess. How are you, sweetie? And High Priestess, all the members, we will be doing a members live. Okay? See, now that people are starting to see that it was those people. It was those people that had the addictions that they didn't know about. The one who was taking prescribed pain pills all damn day long just to make it through the day. That one was the teacher. That one was the worst one to be around kids, but that one was the one that was around all the kids. Then they had the one that was supposedly out there, the uncle that was the fun uncle. That was the one that sure the fuck didn't need to be around no damn kids. You know, then they had the grandmother that was like, oh, the little cute grandma. She's sitting here causing distension and conflict between everybody and their kids. You know, Papa this and Papa that. Well, Papa was fucking everything that walked. Fucking everything that had a hole. Animals was afraid of Papa. Trees was like, oh, that's just gross. Get away, get away. But because these people were sitting there throwing shade on you before other people had a chance to find out about them. And now that they don't even see you, that they can't even find you, that they only hear about you, and that same shit is happening, it makes them wonder. Now they're realizing all that shit that was said, it was all a lie. It was all a fucking lie. But they're all getting justice. Everybody is getting justice. Everybody's looking at themselves now. Everybody's remembering all the shit that they did, all the shit that they said, all the different times they tried to cause you hardship, all the different times that they was co-signing on some shit that wasn't even the fuck true. Bottom of the deck. Create. See, there was somebody who created this big old web of lies. And what they did was they got other people trapped in that same web to believe them same fucking lies. And now everybody's remembering. Because you know what? Like I said, you got victory just by not doing anything. You said life would balance itself out, and it has. Everything has balanced itself out. You whooped ass and you took name without even lifting a fucking finger. You didn't have to. Your intuition told you what to do, confirmation, and what not to do. And now these people are being consumed by their own evil deeds, their own ill intentions. And it's fucking them up because they know it can't continue. All that shit is ending. See, people are realizing now how sacred you are, how sacred you've always been, how kind you've always been, how sweet and how gentle you have always been. And that's why they work together to hunt you down. It's fucking them up because they didn't know that you was as smart as you are, as wise as you are, that you could see everything that you could see in your mind's eye, that you received the downloads, that you felt the energy. And they want to blame you. They blame you for not telling them that you could see them. They want to blame you for not saying, hey, just so that before you guys get really started on your fuck shit, I just want you to know I'm a psychic. I see you. Peekaboo, I see you. Because they wasn't going to believe you anyway. That's why they worked as hard as they did. And now somebody wants to come back so that you can help them get some freedom, so that you can help free their mind, help free them from their burdens, so that you could give them the key to unlock the karma that is about to rain down on the motherfucking parade. See, this person, they was confident in what they was doing. They just didn't know that God had a secret. God was like, I got a secret. And no, I'm not telling you. Not yet. And the whole time, they watched you be at peace and be at joy. The whole time, they watched you have to deal with their bullshit. These people are remembering even whenever you started to transform. And even when you started to transform, it was like, oh, look who working on themselves. Well, the shit ain't gonna work because there's too many of us, you dirty ass bitch. You're still gonna be a fucking loser. Try Lambda, that you still a loser. But look who got victory. And the person that has victory just happens to have your first, middle, and last name. Isn't that something? Isn't that something how the universe always balances itself out? Isn't that something? And now they are having to adapt to the life that they created. And they're having to be just as determined to get through this shit as you were. Ain't that something? What's the message, Spirit? Yep. You trusted God. And that was it. You didn't trust these people. You trusted God. Because God told you to protect yourself. And God said that God is going to protect you too. Once again, they wanted to create a whole scenario for people to believe, but yet they was being the ones that was trying to be cunning. And they felt like you was never going to be able to do anything, like you was not going to know anything. They was too smooth operator. They was too smooth of an operator. Only for you to be able to feel their energy and do exactly what God told you to do. Protect yourself. And that's exactly what you did. They didn't know you had this much strength. And the whole time, they didn't think you was doing anything. Like it was just going way over your head. The motherfuckers, when they was throwing all this black magic at you, saying all this word magic, spreading all these lies, rumors, made up alibis at you, the time out to heal yourself. It's just that you didn't tell them. You did. You was taking the time out to heal yourself. You just didn't tell them that you was healing yourself. You didn't tell them that you was having a total rebirth. You didn't tell them that you had so much courage and some wisdom, so much wisdom that they wasn't going to be able to deal with the wrath that God was going to bring down on them. This is why you got the victory. Nanny, nanny, boo, boo. Stick your head in some doo-doo. What's the message, Spirit? What's the message? Thank you. Yep, I'm telling you. See, these people thought that you was planning something for them. Like they trying to blame you now for the fuck shit they did against you. You know, they thought it was just all a ploy of you being this kind, gentle, sweet creature and knowing that they were hunting you. They felt like it was just a ploy. G Mike, are we back? Thank you. Thank you so much. See, yeah, they thought that you had did some shit. So they thought you did the double reverse Jedi mind trick to their elementary mind trick to get them fucked up. When nobody doing no fucking mind tricks except for them. See, the thing is, they just couldn't feel the presence of God. That's what it was. They couldn't feel God's presence in their life. Had they felt God's presence in their life, they would know that you wasn't doing anything to defend yourself, that it was all God. And they would have stopped trying to do some fuck shit to you. But yet, they kept going. And then they want to get mad because the shit that they did got them all fucked up. Who blames another person for them coming out the bag on you? You know? They can't stand it that your power, your presence, your word, everything about you, your money, your beauty, even your hair is starting to grow. They can't stand that about you. They didn't want anything to happen in your life. They wanted everything to come not just to a standstill. They wanted everything to go backwards. They just didn't realize how sacred you are. Anything else, Spirit, from this deck? Like they say, forgive them, Father, for they know not what they do. It's just that they knew what the fuck they was doing. They just didn't think you knew what the fuck they was doing. They mad at you for them playing in your energy. Hey, Diesel Gravy, how are you, sweetie? They mad at you for them playing in your energy. Isn't that some gold? Don't that take some big kahunas to be mad at somebody else because you fucking around and you find it out. That's like you robbing a bank and getting mad at the police. Now they feel stuck. That's weird. Wonder why. What's the message, Spirit? Now they feel stuck. Because you know what? They're finding themselves in the same shoes that they wanted you to wear. You know, how they wanted everybody to look at you like you was crazy, like you was special, like you wasn't ever gonna be shit, like you was a shit starter, a shit disturber, you smelled like shit, your breath stank like shit, everything about you was nothing but shit. They're finding themselves in that same shitty environment. And now they're looking at the big picture. Because everybody has their eyes on you. It's like you're the leader. And not that you'd set out to be any leader. It's just that you know what? You are leading by example. You're showing everybody that, you know what? Be yourself. Don't try to be somebody else. Don't follow somebody else's lead because you don't know if they're leading you to heaven or to hell. People are waking up and they feel horrible. They cannot sleep because them sitting here thinking about the fuck shit that they did to you. They sitting here thinking about all that fuck shit they did to you, and they trying to figure out why did they even jump on that fucking bandwagon. And now they know that it's time for them to look at themselves, to go within. And now they feeling stuck. Sure do hate that. Yeah, maybe it's time for them to be able to work on themselves, to feel good about who they are on the inside to the outside. It's not just about what you look like on the outside, or what kind of car you drive, how much money you got in the pocket. Are you a good dancer? You know, do your clothes, do you always dress so fresh and so clean? None of that. It's about who are you? Who do you represent yourself to be? And is it the truth? Is it a true representation of you? Because if it's not a true representation of you, take the fucking mask off, baby. They know. They have a deep knowing that God's been there for you, always for you. That's why you've been able to manifest the way that you do. This is why you indulge in life the way that you do. This is why things are fair for you. They can't fuck shit up for you if they try to. They thought that, all I want is a big house. I want this type of car. I want this, I want that. And they felt like they had to downplay you, disrespect you in order for them to be seen as something that they're not. A lot of people are now making a wish that they can grow. They want to grow spiritually. Because you know what? A lot of things people are finding out their life is crumbling because of who they chose to follow behind, whose lie they chose to believe. Don't you know that somebody else's fucking lie can ruin your entire life? Do your own fucking homework. If somebody says, oh, let me tell you about Karen, go to Karen. Karen, Roger told me, blah, 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 blah. Karen's going to be like, what? That shit ain't true. Then you can either go back to Roger and be like, man, you know what? You a fucking liar. Or you can be like, hey, let's get Roger on the phone so we can get this all straightened out. Because I'm going to tell you, if it's a lie, right, they're going to be like, man, I told you that was between me and you. How you going to be hot about that? And you're going to be like, you know what, motherfucker, you's a lie. People are watching you be blessed. You know why? Because you worked on those childhood wounds. You worked on that shit that had you stuck at one point, had you looking down at yourself, had you discounting yourself. You worked all that shit out. You know, these people now, they understand that they need to seek guidance for the burdens that they have. They need to either take it to God. If they don't feel comfortable taking it to God right now, they need to take it to a fucking counselor. And that counselor could tell them, take that shit to God, because what you dealing with, I can't help you with. This is divine timing right now. People are waking up. This is a fucking 1 year. People are watching you in your bag. They see that you have bossed up. They see that you have a fresh start, and they see you ain't paying attention to their motherfucking asses no fucking more. You are in your purpose. You are being of service to everybody. That's why you are living an abundant life, because you put all that bullshit the fuck behind you. What's the message, Spirit? What's the message? Yeah, they need to, the elevator, they either need to press the top button so the elevator go all the way to the top, or they need to change that fucking light bulb, change how they looking at shit, change the shit that they believe in. But yes, it is time. This is divine timing. And people are watching you manifest your motherfucking ass off. People are watching you, and they see that you have all the inner strength that they wish they had, that they prayed for, but because they weren't doing the work, they never received. And they're realizing they got to go within. This is a one person job. You can't sit there and go to this person and what you think I should do? What you think about I should do about this problem or that problem? Because if nobody else is doing that same thing, meaning they're not in your life, because they're not in your life. They may be, you may know them, but it's not their life. They can't actually tell you. People are so worried about what somebody else think. Fuck all that. Like they say over in Kuwait, fuck that bullshit. Learn to fill your own cup. Look within your own heart. Love self. That's what people need to start doing. They mad because you in your bag and you ain't, and they not. And they got issues going on right now. They got issues and they got burdens going on right now that they got to deal with. And they know that you have grown so far, so high up, they can't even fucking touch you. What's the message, Spirit? Hey, Lucky Libra 444, how are you? What's the message? They know they can't even touch you. And they scratching their head like, well, we used to just be able to look at collective or say this shit to collective, and it used to affect them in such a way, but now shit ain't even working no more. Damn, we don't understand that. It's called growth. They're looking at you and they're looking at how strong you are, and they're wondering how can they be like you? But they feeling stuck because ain't shit happening for them. They trying to manifest. God said, nope. Sorry, boo. I don't know what to tell you. Hey, onion. Is that how it's pronounced? Hey, Faith. How are you, sweetie? Yeah, people are sitting here trying to gain some momentum like you got it, but ain't nothing happening. You know, they trying to create something, whether it's building a business, building on their home, whatever. Ain't shit happening because they got to follow the spark like you did. They got to do what you did. You went within, you dealt with some shit. You put God first. You put you second. You put every other motherfucking third, fourth, fifth, or whatever, 198th, whatever number it was. And that was that. You released all that bullshit that didn't matter. And all that shit that they was bringing to you, it didn't matter. Especially because you knew it wasn't the truth. They was trying to be sneaky. That's why they experiencing this great crumble. That's why shit is fucked up in their life right now. This is why somebody want to come see you, because they want to ask your opinion. They want you to tell them and guide them about what you did to get out of this hellhole and to make this fresh start. They want to know, how did you become awakened? What was it that, how did you open up your third eye? How did this, and how did you open up your heart chakra? How did you do this and do that? Simple. You chose love, and you wasn't just thinking of your damn self. Hey, Behaving Goals. How are you, sweetie? All right. Well, Behaving Goals, we will see you when you get back up here, girl. What's the message? Yes. Now everybody's looking at you. Now everybody wants to do what you did. They want to follow that same spark. Hold on, let me let this girl out. Hold on, for she have a little fit. Come on, little girl. Lay down somewhere. Not on me. Lay down. What's the message? Now somebody wants to be able to manifest or get that momentum like you have it. Something is going on with somebody's home too. You know, but until they work with those inner child demons, those burdens are never going to go away. You know, somebody's so worried about what other people think about them. If they measure up to somebody else's standards, that's what they're so worried about. You know, they worried about that rejection. They worried about, but it's what they really need to do is do that shadow work. They need to work on loving themselves. You know, that's what they need to do. What's the message, Spirit? Thank you. And instead of indulging in a whole bunch of shit that doesn't really matter, they need to take some time out for themselves. Put all that bullshit to rest. You know, somebody needs to find out what spirituality is. It's different than religion. That's what they need to do. You don't have to go to somebody else to pray for you, to ask God, to ask, for you to ask this person to ask God and all this other stuff. Girl, what you want? What you want? You coming in here messing stuff up. Go, Look, stop it. What? I don't want no kiss. I don't want no kisses. I don't want no kisses. Sit down. Sit. Stay. I don't want no kisses. You was just licking on that butt or something. I don't want all that. The hairy poom poom. I don't want all that. No, I don't want all that. Mm-mm. Bottom of the deck. Knight of Pentacles. Somebody's thinking about their loyalty to you. Yeah. How they wasn't loyal to you at all. That's what they're thinking about, how they was not loyal to you at all. They ain't even give you an opportunity. They ain't give you a shot. They ain't give you a nothing. You know? And now they're looking at how you close this cycle. And since you close this cycle, you know, your whole life seems like it's so much better without them. There's somebody is thinking about how your archangels, your ancestors, how your ancestors came through for you. And they had the nerve to say, oh, they need me. No, you needed collective. Collective was the one who had the answer to the test that they was going through. This could be a father figure. This could have been a husband. But they're seeing how, you know, you are protecting yourself. How, you know, you've blocked them, you know, whether you put some time, some distance, some emotional distance, how, you know, you may not even be taking their calls or anything because this person knows that they acted like a fool because they know that their plan was to leave you out. And they didn't think that you was even going to know that it was them. Like the moon was going to hide all that shit. Now, they thought, you know, that they was going to be able to give you too much to bear and you was just going to take yourself out or you was going to bend under the pressure. But instead, you walked away because you knew that they were sitting here trying to win at all costs and they wasn't going to be able to win. If so, it wasn't going to be against you. Now they looking at how they got themselves in a situation and shit that they was doing didn't work out. And everything that they did work on, they wondering how you figured it out. See, these people are wondering, like, did you win the lottery? What's going on? What's going on? Because after you walked away, then that's when you was blessed with a big gift. And that's whenever, like I said, you look like you so happy now, like you happier now than you've ever been. And the whole thing is, girl, what do you want? What do you want? You're not going out there. No. I said no. Sit. What did I say? What did Mama say? Let me put her back in the garage. Hold on. She goes crazy. You're not going out there. No. No. Stop it. Leave me alone. I already told you. Girl, you got me all messed up too. Okay. Go this way. Over here. Go on. You stay in there for a minute. You're okay. I should have had some more kids. I'm telling you, it would have been easier. It would have been a hell of a lot easier. Sorry, y'all. Give me 1 second. See, people, they sitting there wondering how they didn't see this. And this could have been a mother figure or somebody trying to, or they trying to figure out how they didn't see that you was worthy the entire time. How they did, like how we didn't see that this person was worthy the entire time when they were sitting here trying to throw these attacks at you and shit wasn't happening. Like I said, somebody need to change their fucking light bulb or press the penthouse button because the elevator ain't going all the way to the top. Not with these motherfuckers. They didn't want to give you no type of relationship, no type of love, no type of kindness, no nothing. They didn't feel like you deserved anything. And yet they were sitting here watching you in real time, watching spirit move you ahead, watching spirit move you further away from them, watching you not need them at all, watching you that you got the victory, and then they waiting on you to come back. They waiting on you to come back. Please, you've already turned your back to them. And they thinking that you gonna return, like the past is gonna return. No, you see them for who they are. And that's the problem. That's what they don't like, is that you see them for exactly who they are. You being in that earth angel status, you balancing things out, you always remaining tempered, has the wheel of fortune going in your favor. And then Archangel Michael is here and locked all of them up because they was all trying to do you dirty. It's like this could have been a mother figure, somebody that was supposed to have been there for you, but this is somebody who was defensive against you. This is somebody who didn't want to do shit for you, didn't want to be around you, didn't want to give into you, didn't want to give to you, none of that shit. We got three kings, a king of cups, a king of wands, and a king of pentacles. And how all of them was sitting here trying to hold back from you. They didn't want you to have no love. They didn't want you to be able to start no projects, and they didn't want your money to be right. They didn't want nothing. Absolutely nothing. But now they're finding out that everybody is celebrating you. Ain't that funny? They tried to do you so bad, but now everybody's lifting you up. And all that bullshit that they was talking, all that shit has come to an end. Nobody believes any of those lies anymore because the truth is out about these lies, about who spread the lies. And the truth is out about how these people tried to harm you and how you had to heal yourself. Now somebody want to extend the olive branch with you. They got now they want to send you a message. I just want us to get along now. I want you to open up that heart of yours again, because I know that when you pray, things happen because you're so strong and this and that and the other. I want your prayers. I need to be healed, especially since they was sitting here trying to come against you. They were trying to come against you thinking that you was going to be regretful. No, baby. You saw them for who they were, and you saw what somebody was trying to throw this black magic on you. This was like, there was even a dark high priestess that's trying to fuck you up the most. Now somebody want to give you a gift. They want to give you a gift because they've been looking at you, and they want to give you a little half-assed apology. They don't even mean this shit. And they kind of feel like they have to approach you now, but they're kind of scared because they know they got to bring you the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the motherfucking truth. So help you God, for sure. all because they are receiving karma for these dirty deeds that they thought that they was going to do to you. You know, now they want to go to karma waters, and now they want to give to you, you know, and they only want to give to you because they thought that, you know, they see you on your money, on your grind, making some money. They see you working, doing whatever it is that you was called to do, and loving it. You know, somebody even went so far as to try and do some little investigation to see if you was really as happy as you are. And the answer is yes. And now that judgment has been called on they asses, they want to see if they can switch shit up. Like you just did not know. Like you just had no fucking clue of what they was trying to do. What's the message, Spirit? Let's see. Some of these are backwards. Some are forwards. Okay. The one that felt weird. Hold on. Okay. Yeah. The truth is out. Like, who needs to believe a lie anymore? You saw the truth about this emperor a long time ago. You felt the energy. That's why you knew that you needed to go ahead and protect yourself. You know? And now that somebody's all in their feelings, like, damn, I didn't even see all this shit. You know, now that they know that they can't pull nothing over your eyes anymore, you know, the veil has been lifted, especially when it comes to this whole family situation. And now they want to be embarrassed. They want to put their head in their hands like, oh, I'm so ashamed. You should have been ashamed trying to do this stupid shit. Now that they feel like, now they realize they are out in the cold. It was never going to be you. They feel left out in the cold because everybody's sitting there looking at them like, why would you do this old nasty shit? And people are like, damn, Collective was part of your family. Oh no, if you're going to do that to your family, we could just imagine what you're going to do to us. No, we ain't got time. We ain't got that type of time. Anything else? Thank you. Yeah. And who they worked with. You know? That's what they like. We ain't got that type of time for that type of fuck shit. Mm-hmm. Now they see that they're not so happy anymore. They're not happy with some burdens that they created for themselves. They stressed out. They're stressed out and miserable. You know, that's them that's stressed out and fucking miserable. All because they thought it was going to be you. No. You spoke your truth. You spoke your truth, and you called the devil a lie. Mm-hmm. And was able to defend yourself against those lies just by doing nothing. All right, y'all. I'm going to leave it right there. All right, members. So let me see. Let's go ahead. I'm going to take me a little break. Hey, Queen Memoirs. It's 4:20 now. In 40 minutes at the top of the hour, whatever time zone you're in, at the top of the hour in 39 minutes. So I can take her outside, let her do her little thing. So she don't try and tear up the garage or the house or the backyard or whatever. All right, y'all. So I'll see the members at the top of the hour. Everyone else, thank you so very much. I may be back on here this evening. I'm not sure. Last night I went out and I had a really great time, but I stayed out a little bit late. And so I was a little bit dragging today and had my other stuff to do. But all right, y'all. I love y'all. Thank you so very much. Bye now.